Lunch is sort of... Bro, do you mind?
Oh, me.
Hey. I'm trying to film a video here.
Bye-bye.
Let's just get right into it, shall we? What's up, you guys? It's your boy, Alex Tyler Meyers, and I'm back with a new video. This time it's going to be a little bit different. This is not a fitness channel. I've never had any intentions of making it a fitness channel, but I'm getting ready to become a beefy legend, right? I'm a skinny legend at the moment, and I'm going to become a beefy legend. I don't know if that's a thing. Fuck it, I claim it. So I've tried to film this video a few times. I have some bullet points on my phone, but every time I try to use it, it just comes off as scripted and unnatural. So, off the dumpski. I'm actually surprised that landed on the bed because knowing my luck, it could have landed literally anywhere else. Oh shit, I need my phone. Hold on. Yo. Okay, sorry about that, guys. We good? Hair looks like ass, but anyways, as I was saying, today is the start of my official bulking season, I guess you could call it. Today, October 15th, and I'm going to be going on a 4-month bulk. So I figured I would document the process, the first part being the bulk, the second part being the cut. And yeah, I figured I would bring you guys along with me. Now, I just want to point out that I am not a personal trainer. I'm not a professional nutritionist. I'm definitely not a bodybuilder. So if that's the information that you're looking for, then this might not be the video for you. That being said, I've bulked up a few times and pretty successfully, if I do say so myself. So just a little history on my, I guess, fitness journey. I've been working out for about 5 years now. The first 3 years was super, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Consistent. I was committed and I went to the gym consistently. And then the other 2 years was sort of like off and on. So in those off and on phases, I had to go through quite a few bulking phases. Hopefully that makes sense. I've never really had to cut. I mean, I've done like a mini cut for this clip right here in the trailer for Pleasant High. But other than that, I've never really gone on a real cut. So I figured I would take this time to really dedicate myself to the bulking phase. That way I can, I guess, commit then to the cutting phase, if that makes sense. So let's just get into it. Here's my approach. If you guys don't agree with some of the things I say, that's completely fine. This is the way that I just like to do it. So the first thing about bulking, the rule of thumb, I guess, would be to be in a caloric surplus. Calorie surplus, meaning you're bringing in more than enough, not more than enough, you're bringing in enough calories to put on weight. Up to this point, I've really just been maintaining. I've just been lifting weights, not really like trying to eat a whole lot, if that makes sense. But today, I think I will do my official weigh-in, see how much I weigh. You guys will get to see that. You're welcome. I'm sort of going to go from there. Up to this point, I haven't really been taking any supplements either, just my protein shakes. So starting today, I'll probably be getting into the creatine, the Carboplus, which I'll show you guys later. Carboplus isn't really like a very known supplement. What it is basically like granulated carbs, I think is how you'd explain it. It's just carbs in a jar, basically. And if you're on a bulk, then carbs are your friend. So as you can see right here, this is a calorie calculator on bodybuilding.com. I'll leave a link in the description below for you to use that yourself. This is not an exact science, but it gives you a good idea of how many calories you need to bring in order to put on weight. As you can see, I chose the very active status because I'm a boxer. So I do a little bit more cardio than I probably should, if that makes sense. I box a few times a week, I spar, I hit the heavy bag, and that's calories that I'm going to be burning, so I need to make up for those calories. So I chose the very active. I didn't choose the top option, I don't remember what it's called, because when I'm not at the gym or boxing, I'm usually just on my computer sitting around, so I'm not like extremely active, if that makes sense. So yeah, there you guys go. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to that calorie calculator and figure out how many calories you need to bring in order to gain weight. Once you have that number, I would start sort of coming up with a meal plan. Some of my favorite meals for when I'm bulking are protein pancakes. I like strawberry cheesecake, Greek yogurt, obviously chicken, rice. I like pasta. Pasta's a good thing when I'm bulking. Okay, so the way that I eat when I'm on a bulk is basically I wake up and I'll have something, like I said, protein pancakes, which, by the way, the recipe that I got is from Remington Jones. I'll leave a link in the description to his video if you want to check that out. But if you don't feel like clicking that link, let's go make some. The first thing is a food scale. You can get them pretty cheap at Walmart. Get you some pancake mix. As you can see, I like the kind with the added protein. You'll need some protein powder. I like the Body Fortress kind, don't judge me. You'll also need some plain Greek yogurt. and some egg beaters or egg whites, whichever you prefer. It doesn't really make a difference which one you use, and a tiny bit of baking powder. You can add some chocolate chips if you'd like, but I'm not a huge fan of chocolate chips in pancakes, and you might want to get sugar-free. Now just mix it all in a bowl and make you some pancakes. Okay, that was fun, wasn't it? So I'll usually have the protein pancakes in the morning, my favorite breakfast when I'm bulking. If that gets old, I'll usually have something like oatmeal with egg whites, strawberry cheesecake, Greek yogurt, just something that's gonna get those calories. But for me, the protein pancake recipe is 520 calories and 56 grams of protein. So you get a pretty big bang for your buck. That's why I like the protein pancakes in the morning. I feel like it sort of is the best option for me. So also another tool that I have in my toolbox, I guess you could say, is a mass building weight gainer shake, which I got that recipe from Weight Gain Network. Yeah, so I will leave links in the description to that video as well. But again, if you don't feel like clicking that link, let's go back to the kitchen, shall we? First you'll need some milk. I prefer 2%. You'll also need some plain Greek yogurt. Then you'll need some oats, any kind will work. You'll also need some creamy peanut butter and some kind of chocolate powder, any kind will work. Also some optional ingredients would be your creatine and your Carboplus. Now just throw it all in a blender and you have your incredible bulk weight gainer shake. Okay, and I'm back. And last but not least, this is the supplement that I was telling you about. It's Carboplus from Universal. I buy it on bodybuilding.com and it's super cheap. With shipping, I think it's like $15 to your doorstep, so definitely can't beat that. And it comes in handy. You, like I just showed you, you just put it in with your protein shakes or you put it in with your weight gainer shake. The way that you take Carboplus is 1 scoop before your workout, 1 scoop after your workout, and you should do it within, I think one of the scoops should be within 30 minutes of your workout. I could be wrong, let me double check that. I was super wrong. Okay, so what it says is slowly blend 1 scoop of Carboplus into 8 to 10 ounces of your beverage of choice. For best results, use at least twice daily and consume 1 serving within 2 hours of exercise. So the way that I do it is I put it in, you could put it in with like a pre-workout, but I don't take a pre-workout. I just put it in with this juice that I have. It's like an orange fruit juice thing. I don't know what it's called. It's from Prairie Farms. So I put it in with that right before my workout. I usually drink it on the way to the gym. I put my 2nd scoop in with my weight gainer shake because I take my weight gainer shake post-workout. If you're wondering, I probably should have mentioned that. And yeah, I drink my weight gainer shake with my post-workout meal. So the other supplement that I tend to use quite a bit is pretty basic, creatine monohydrate. This one's from bodybuilding.com as well. And the way that you take this is basically 2 scoops. It says 1 to 2 times daily, but I put 1 scoop in with my Carboplus pre-workout drink right before my workout, and same thing that I do with my Carboplus. I put 1 scoop in my weight gainer shake post-workout. That's the best way that works for me. I think the scientific explanation for creatine is that it puts water into your muscles so that you can lift more. I could be so wrong, but I'm not a scientist though. Yeah, there you have it. Those are the supplements that I use the most. I could probably upgrade my supplement game with the BCAAs and all that good stuff. I just haven't really gotten there yet, and I don't think it's super necessary. Now, I don't want to get too much into the workout part of things because I can talk about that all day. I'll just go through the basics. I hit each body part twice a week. It's usually day 1 would be chest and triceps, focused a little bit more on triceps. Day 2 would be shoulders and legs and abs. Day 3 would be back and biceps, focused a little bit more on back. And I sort of do like the opposite for the following 3 days. So it would be chest and triceps, focused a little bit more on chest, shoulders, legs, and abs, and then back and biceps, focused a little bit more on arms, biceps, whichever. It's kind of an odd split, but it works for me. So as far as lifting goes, I don't completely disagree that you should lift heavy, but I'm sort of in between. What I like to do is what's called time under tension. So on the negative, I'll go slower than the positive. So you should do that anyway. And if you don't know what I mean by negative and positive, positive would be, say you're doing dumbbell presses. When you go up, that's the positive. That's what people think is the hard part. But on the negative, a lot of times they just like to go back down and not have any tension. So when you're going up for the negative, you want to go down slow. 1, 2, 3. And those 3 seconds would be time under tension. Basically, you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone, or you're getting like a bigger bang for your buck on the negative. So, hi. What are you doing?
It's
Come say hi.
no.
So for my lunch, it's usually sort of up in the air. I don't really plan my lunch like I should, but I usually eat like pasta, or I'll eat my chicken and rice for lunch and then eat my pasta or hamburgers or something for dinner. It's sort of basic, I know, but like I said, you want to enjoy yourself a little bit while you're on the bulk, because I feel like the cut is a lot more important. During the bulk, you just want to put on as much weight as possible, especially if you're a hard gainer like I am. You just want to get those calories in. Yes, you should try to do it clean, but it's okay to do it a little bit dirty. I'm sort of in between because I like chicken. I like grilled chicken, and I don't know why I even said that. What does that have to do with anything? But yeah, I tend to like the foods that are good for me. So I guess that helps me out in the long run. But like I said, try to enjoy yourself during the bulking process, because you're not really going to get to do that as much during the cut. So that's just my take on it. You guys are going to notice that I sort of compare these things when I'm bulking to when I'm cutting. Because I feel like when you're bulking, you can be a little bit more lenient, and you're not going to take a hit as much as you would as when you're cutting. I feel like when you're cutting and you sort of mess up on your diet, or you mess up on your working out, or you get lazy, you're going to notice it a lot more than when you're bulking. And that just goes to show you that maybe just enjoy the process a little bit. Don't be miserable, especially when you're bulking, because what's the point of looking good if you're not happy in other areas of your life? And I like food, believe it or not. So let's see, what else can I talk about? Give me just a second, okay? I'll be right back with you after these short messages. So I'm back, by the way. The big difference that I was trying to think of from when I'm bulking and when I'm cutting is the time that I eat. When I'm cutting, I actually like to do intermittent fasting, which, if you don't know, I do a 16/8. So there's an 8-hour eating window followed by a 16-hour fasting window. And when I'm cutting, I like to work out on an empty stomach, because I feel like that targets your fat stores more. Then I would take my 8-hour eating window, and then I would sleep for the majority of my fasting window, if that makes sense. But when I'm bulking, I don't worry about intermittent fasting. I already have a big task at hand when I'm trying to take in that many calories. So I feel like trying to fit it in an 8-hour window would be not impossible, but just really sort of ridiculous. So when I'm bulking, I don't work out at I don't work out at I don't work out at an I'm going to choose a new career. Fuck, I can't even say that right. I'm going to choose a new career. There. Anyways, when I'm bulking, I do not work out at a specific time. I just naturally tend to work out in the evening. So one thing that I do want to point out is that this isn't really going to be a huge issue for people that are just starting to work out, because you're not really going to notice it that much. You're just going to be sort of happy to put on weight, and I don't blame you at all. But since I've been doing it for a little bit longer, I've noticed that when I'm bulking, I tend to see a little bit of body dysmorphia. And what I mean by that is when I'm putting on weight, I tend to lose definition. And one of the big parts is like right here between my shoulder and my bicep. It tends to look kind of fat. And guys, that's completely okay. The bulking season, that's what it's there for. You're going to want to put on that extra weight, and then you can take care of it later on when you're going through your cutting phase. So don't get discouraged. Stay on your bulk and then deal with it later on in the cutting phase, if that makes sense. The last thing that I want to point out is that if you don't already have one of these, I highly recommend you get what's called a body weight analyzer scale. I think that's what it's called. I think that's the technical name. Basically, it's sort of like a regular scale. It tells you how much you weigh, but it also tells you how much body fat you have, your body fat percentage, water weight, all that good stuff. You guys can find them for pretty cheap. They also get pretty expensive. But yeah, I think even the more expensive ones are probably worth the money, but you don't absolutely need it. But yeah, I don't know. It's up to you, I guess. I have one. I like it. So let's do the official weigh-in, I guess. This is kind of cool. Sort of like an alternate universe. I've been boxing for a while, but I've never wanted to be a professional fighter. MMA, boxing, whichever. So yeah, this is kind of cool. I get to do like my first official big weigh-in. So let's get to it. Oh, I feel so free. Just kidding, guys. I'm not naked. So as you can see, the weight analyzer scale will give you all the specific details that you need. Mine has an app with it, but if it doesn't have an app, then it'll probably just tell you on the scale itself. 179.4 pounds for the challenger. And here's my best Conor McGregor impression, so you're welcome. And last but not least, I get to do my least favorite thing in the whole wide world, which is take pictures of my physique. These will be the before pictures, and then we can take some after pictures at the end of the bulk and compare the two and see what kind of progress I made with this style of bulking. I guess that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you the best of luck on your bulk, and I will see you in 4 months with the results, my final results. I hope I don't get fat. I guess it's a learning process. If I do get fat, I'll learn what not to do next time. So yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys next time. All right, peace.
You don't like me, that's established. Keyboard warrior, ugly ass catfish. You can never act this out here, living that lavish life. You should be embarrassed, yikes. Cash in the vault, so it's safe to say your boy stay dry on the